Okay, so hey y'all. Quick, real quick. So I'm up here. God will talk to you through anything, guys. Anything. I'm up here watching, what is this? Love After Lockup. Okay. I never watched this show. I've seen it maybe a year or so ago where the guys are in prison or the girls are in prison and they meet somebody on the outside of prison and the person waits for them or whatever, and they end up getting out and they want to marry, and that's their person, right? I felt led to watch this show, right? And I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but again, it's just men and women that are in prison that meet someone who's established on the outside, and then the plan is when they get out of prison that they're going to be with this person, right? So this one girl, guys, God will speak to you through anything. So this may hit some nerves, but I'm going to help you guys. Okay? I'm going to help you because my spiritual ears stay open. So whether I'm watching a show or listening to music or whatever, I just allow God to speak because you cannot box him. He will use any show, anything, right? So I'm cracking up at this one couple. And this word is just what it's going to say on the title. Okay? Don't think that this man's or this woman's, just depends if you're a man watching this, just switch it around. But ladies, don't think that this man's circumstances determines his desirability, okay? Don't think his circumstances, as in his situation, his past experiences, what he's been through, determines his desirabilities as far as like what he's attracted to, okay, and what he expects. So this word comes from me watching this couple, right? And it's an African-American couple. The guy is just getting out of prison after 13 years. And his girlfriend waited on him the whole time. Now, she did a few things in between waiting, but she waited on him. So he gets out and, she has an apartment ready for him. Like, of course, she has her car. Like, she's established or whatever. And their goal is for them to be together, right? So, homie who got out of prison, the dude is very attractive. Now, I'm going to give him his points. He got out of prison. Brother looked like a whole snack over there, okay? If you didn't know his story, you wouldn't be able to look at him and be like, he used to be in prison, right? You know why? Because you can't judge a book by its cover. That kind of goes with this word, though. But I'm watching them. Guy gets out of prison. Again, he's been in prison for 13 years. So he has this whole new leaf on life. He wants to experience life, right? So she picks him up from the airport. They, go to their hotel, do whatever they do. They ain't married, so they straight up sinned. Okay, but anyways, they do their due. They're having a good time, dinner, whatever, right? So the girl has like a whole apartment in Atlanta set up for him, right? She has a car, she has the apartment, and, her goal is for them to live their life together, right? Again, homie is not an ugly homie, okay? Man got a full beard. He got gold teeth. I don't like no gold teeth. I like pretty smile, like myself, okay? But he has gold teeth in his mouth, big old like beard, just handsome face, full lips. I like some full lips. I'm like, okay, your boyfriend ain't look good, girl. So she takes this man to the apartment. She wants to give him the house tour, right? Stop laughing, Nina. She wants to give him a house tour. And I'm not laughing because she's in an apartment now. I like apartments. I never wanted to be a homeowner until the Lord told me, like, you're about to buy a house. You're going to buy a house when you get with your husband, whatever. I didn't care about being a homeowner. I like being able to move and go wherever, whatever state I want to go to. So I'm all for apartments. I just like my apartment's nice. Cool. Not laughing at her apartment. Y'all are going to see why I'm laughing. So she walks him inside to give him this house tour, right? It's his first time at this apartment, new appliances, like the apartment's nice. So he's looking and he's like, so this is the house. And she's like, yeah, let me show you a tour. And she takes him in the kitchen. He sees some snacks. Men, they always hungry. So he gets some chips off the fridge and she's showing him the kitchen. She's like, all new appliances, blah, blah, blah. And this man, this man looked at the stove, right? And the stove was dirty. So he was like, when the last time you used the stove? And she was like, last night. And he was like, look like to me you need to clean the stove. You know, it should have been clean after you cooked. He wasn't rude or nothing. He was just speaking how he felt. So she looks at him taken aback because from her understanding, he's just getting out of a dirty looking prison. So you don't have room to tell me what I should be doing. This is her mindset, right? So she ignores it. She looked at him like shocked that he said something, but he straight up, he was like very polite about it. He was like, don't you think you should have, cleaned it up after you cooked, kept it tidy, whatever. Very sweet to her, but she got offended, right? Because again, she's thinking you were just in prison. Like this should be royalty to you, right? Wrong. But let's continue the story. So he follows her through the rest of the house and she's like, here is the laundry room. She shows him the washer and dryer. He's like, whoa, it's a lot of laundry. Don't you think you need to wash the clothes in the laundry room? So by this point, this girl hood. So she snaps at him and she's like, mother bleep, bleep, bleep. She just went off because she felt offended. She felt like he was going to be so excited over this apartment because she worked so hard. It's been 13 years. He been in prison. So, of course, his living situation is prison. So she thought he was going to just feel like that place was royalty. But he went on to say, he was like, why are you getting angry? He's like, I'm just speaking my mind. He was like, I'm a clean person. He said, even when I was in prison, I took 2 showers a day. He said, I always stay clean. He said, I like clean stuff. He said, so I'm just speaking my mind. If we're going to build this life together, like we need to come to an understanding that it needs to be clean in the house or whatever. I'm clapping for him because your girl is OCD. I don't play that either. Like if you come to Nina's house, okay, you're going to be comfortable. It's clean, right? So I'm kudoing him because I'm on his side. This girl went to cursing him out, you guys. And she's like, this should be royalty to you. You just getting out of prison, but you want to come in here and criticize me, blah, blah, blah. She cursing, y'all. Y'all know I don't curse, so I can't even say what she said because I don't curse anyway, but it wouldn't even sound right. But she was just cursing, going off. So homie was like, I'm out. He walked outside. He called his friend to come get him. He was like, I'm leaving. I'm not about to argue. He's like, I have a right to speak my mind. And you could tell by the way the man was speaking, he's very intelligent. He wasn't hood at all. He was like, even though he had a mouthful of gold teeth, okay, again, handsome brother, very intelligent, very intellectual. He was like, I could speak my mind. He's like, I'm not going to hide how I feel. He's like, I'm a clean person. He said it doesn't matter if I was in prison or not. In prison, he's like, my cell stayed clean. Like I take showers twice or more a day. He's like, I keep myself clean and I like my living quarters clean. And he's like, if you're saying this is our house, then I should be able to voice how I feel about the situation. And he was 100% correct. So in that, guys, let me move this computer. So in that, the Lord just began to minister to me and wanted me to release to you guys, whoever this is for, that he's been telling you to prepare yourself for marriage. If you're not a person who cleans up, start cleaning your house, start organizing, get rid of some stuff. If you're unhealthy in some way, your body is a temple of the Lord. Start eating healthy. Start learning to prepare your meals. God has been speaking preparation for so long. And for a lot of you guys that are being restored to your husband or your wife, if you're a man, you're being restored. They're coming out of a place of bondage, right? This has been a long stance for a lot of you guys. So you can look at your spouse is coming out of prison too, right? Because when they chose not to walk with God and to live prodigal living, they were pretty much in a prison. They just didn't know it. But when you choose to partner with the world over God, you're putting yourself in bondage. But just because of their circumstances and their situations, don't think for 1 second that determines what they desire, okay? Because it does not. Even though this man was getting out of prison, he still liked things a certain way. There were certain things that he desired, certain qualities in his woman that was attractive to him, right? He still had desires. Just because he was coming from a prison does not mean he lived a nasty lifestyle. This man said, I'm a clean person, and if we're going to do this together, I need to be able to live in cleanliness. He's like, I can't live with somebody who's not clean. But because he was in prison, she thought his mentality was different. No, don't think just because a person has been through something, whether it's bondage, prodigal living out in this world, that you can just come back in their lives during this bringing together, and that you can just offer these people anything. If you're wanting to be a wife, present yourself as such. Be clean. Be organized. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, have yourself together. And this is why the Lord allowed also separation on your part, so that he can mold you and prune you and purify you and begin to make you into the woman that he desired for you to be all along, that he planned for you to be. God knew you before you were even formed in your mother's womb. Okay, and he fearfully and wonderfully made you. So there was a divine division for a lot of you guys. And in that process, God began to mold you into the wife, into the daughter, into the sister, into the mom that he designed for you to be. Don't think because these people have been living a certain type of life that they have low expectations. They do not. And a lot of y'all gonna end up with y'all feelings hurt because y'all are trying to judge a book by its cover. Don't get it twisted. That person's circumstances does not determine their desirabilities, as in the things that they're attracted to, what they want in a wife, what they want in a husband. Do not try to judge their book by its cover. And there was nothing wrong with what this man was saying. And he was very polite about it. But again, she thought because he was coming out of prison that dirt was okay, that unorganized living was okay, and it was not, because that was not a lifestyle that he lived even when he was in prison. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys because I was over here, I'm working. Y'all know I work from home. So I'm on here doing these cases, watching Love After Lockup, and I am cracking up because I'm like, man, Lord, you will give a whole sermon from anything. And it really tugged on my heart. I'm like, most people would be like, Nina, God did not give you a sermon from Love After Lockup. Yes, he did. God will use anything to get a message across. Okay, so for whoever this is for, prepare yourself. If you know that you are in a married season, a season for marriage, a season for courtship, begin to prepare, to groom yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Prepare as a wife. Yes, your husband wants a clean house, just like you want a clean husband, I would hope. I can't sleep in chaos. I don't like other people cleaning my house. So that's one thing. Whoever my husband is, he ain't never got to worry about helping me clean up nothing, because I don't trust nobody cleaning. I don't think nobody know how to clean better than me. And if they clean, I'm just going to go behind them and clean right behind them because I feel like my cleaning is the best. So that's not for everybody though. That's just how Nina is. I will never have a maid because I personally feel like people don't know how to clean up. I feel like I'm the best cleaner in America. That is my opinion. So that's not something my husband has to worry about. Like, babe, you do your part, I'll do my part, but your part ain't cleaning. The house will stay clean, and it's because of me. I desire to clean. I'm a clean person, right? But not every woman is like that. And I know because I've been in some homes to where I just got to sit still. Like, I can't move. If I sit on the couch and move a little bit, I'm going to start itching. So I've been in homes where I'm like, this girl is so pretty, like, and she's like behind closed doors, she's a dirty person. I've had friends like that. And I'm just like, oh, like these, don't judge a book by its cover, y'all. But God has been telling y'all to prepare and to get yourselves together. So I'm just on here to reiterate, don't get it twisted and think that just because these people are coming out of hardship or bondage or slavery or their prodigal living, that they expect minimal, okay? That their desires are low. That is so far from the truth, okay? That is so far from the truth. And most people want to look and judge, even with the marriages that God is bringing together. Y'all are going to see some unusual couples. You're going to see a lot of nice looking men, 6-pack, 6'5", bearded, dreads, whatever is the typical standard for really good looking men, with plus size women. And society doesn't look at really good looking men and say, oh, he likes plus size. No, they always think a really good looking man likes someone with like a BBL surgery, a big booty, big boobs. No, there's a lot of good looking men, and I've seen them. I know some of them that will not date somebody my size, and I'm a size 12. So I'm not big by far. I'm not skinny by far. I consider myself average. But I know good looking men that would not date me because they like plus size. They want 3 or 4X size women. And they consider me to be super skinny. Even though I know I'm not super skinny, but that's what they prefer. So the couples God is bringing together, guys, y'all ain't gonna be able to figure out like what he's doing. Because y'all are gonna see, I'm telling you, y'all are gonna see the plus size women or the plus size men with someone that's opposite. And it has everybody like, man, in society, we don't see that. Like, they expect the really good looking, what people consider number 10s to be with number 10s. God is like, he's doing a new thing. So a lot of what he's putting together is going to shock you guys. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I don't look at, I feel like even the person that someone would consider super attractive, I may not consider them attractive because everybody has their own type and what they like. But y'all are going to see some unusual pairs put together because God is God and he can do what he wants. And he's breaking the standard of what people are used to seeing. So don't be so quick. I could go all over the place with this, but God is saying, don't think that their circumstances determines their desirability and what they're attracted to. Because that is a lie. Don't think because they came from the bottom, now they're here, they done lost everything, whatever, that their expectations are low, because that is far from the truth. Prepare in whatever way God has told you to prepare. Prepare yourself. Prepare. The Lord has me dye my hair back black. Jet black is my original color hair. I get my hair dyed tomorrow. He's told me this months ago, that before I move from this area, in which I move next week, that he wants me to go to my hairstylist and have her dye my hair back black. I had totally put it out of my mind until a couple days ago, and it came back to my mind that the Lord wanted me to dye my hair black. So I was asking him, did he still want me to do that? He gave me a dream, and in the dream, I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to move. I need to go dye my hair black again. I need to go to my stylist. When I woke up, I made an appointment. I knew what God was saying. Go dye your hair before you move. He said, back to the basics. Back to the basics. That's my original hair color. When I was married, before to my ex-husband, my hair color was black. He said, go dye your hair black again. Back to the basics. Did he have to tell me anything else as far as why he wants me to dye my hair black? No, he just told me to dye my hair black. So tomorrow I'm dyeing my hair black. I move next week. So tomorrow, this is the last chance I have to dye it. And I contacted my stylist yesterday, last minute. She said, I can get you in Saturday. I said, okay. God knew what he was doing. When he tells you to do something, I don't know the reason for that. I wasn't ready to dye my hair black. I like my hair being brown and colored and light sometimes. God said, dye it back black. I don't know why. He just said, back to the basics. He said, I'm taking it back to the beginning. So I'm being obedient. Whatever God has told you to do, I don't know what that was on my lip. Whatever God has told you to do, ladies, guys, whoever, do it. And don't think that that person is going to expect minimal because of their circumstances and their situations, okay? Their circumstances does not determine their desirability, okay? And just like this girl in this show going off on this man had to ask her, who you talking to? Like, stop talking to me like that. So obviously her mindset is totally like, we know as women, if I'm being courted by someone and I'm intentionally dating this person that's going to be my husband, that man is like, obviously I see him as a leader in my life. I'm not going to be cursing and doing the most. That's not even ladylike. Scripture says a quarrelsome woman, if you have, what's the scripture? If you have to live with a quarrelsome woman, it's better to live on the rooftop of a house than in a house with her. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it says in Proverbs. Basically, it's saying nobody don't want to live with someone who argues and wants to go back and forth. And I had just pulled up the scripture. It says it's better to live on the rooftop in a corner of a house than to live in a house with a quarrelsome wife. Okay, and y'all can look it up. Proverbs something. But she was going off. The men, they're not going to want to hear that. You can't talk down to no man like that you want to be your husband, someone that God is sending you, and you want to argue and do all that. Like, no. But anyways, I think y'all got the point. But I was over here. This has been like such a cool work day. And it's 2:22 now. As I look at the time, I'm about to get up off this word. But this has been a cool work day. I was like cracking up watching this show because I'm like, she is sadly mistaken. You thought because that man came out of prison, he wanted a dirty woman? And she was offended. But she wasn't really mad at him. She was embarrassed at herself. She just, as a woman, she didn't know how to say that. Her expectations of what he expected was very low. That man came out of prison with high expectations. He said, you want us to live together and you ain't clean? He was like, no, I'm a clean person. I like a clean woman. He's like, it don't matter that I was in prison. My cell was clean. I still kept myself looking good in prison. Like, that man was legit. Anyway, y'all get the point. Prepare yourself. Whatever God has told you to do, if it's organized, get new baskets, get new hangers, get new pillows, whatever he's told you to do. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. You already a wife because you know how to be a wife to God and follow instructions and follow God's leading. Yeah, it's a lot you're going to learn as you're in that marriage, but he who finds a wife, it does not say he who finds a woman or a girl. It said he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You're a wife because you've learned how to be loyal and dedicated to God and follow God's leading. So now you're able to follow the leading of your husband. So I love y'all. Have a good day. I just wanted to share that with y'all because God will speak through anything. And I was over here cracking up at this girl and her situationship because she ain't doing it the right way, but God will use anything to speak. So this is for somebody. Prepare yourself for this union and don't be half slipping thinking that man gonna accept anything because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Okay, love y'all.